Hi, my name is Jason Neal. I'm just going to answer a couple questions about being a life leader. The first one being, what is the importance of small group ministry in light of the gospel? And I know in my life, small group ministry has been extremely important to my faith. It allows you to be vulnerable with the people in your small group. It allows you to pray for them on an individual level, to hear what the Lord is doing through each person's life, to have fellowship, which is a huge part of faith. And I know this is true for more than just my life. A lot of Jesus' ministry was spent in small groups between his disciples, when he would sit down with sinners and tax collectors, just over a meal with just a group of them, small group, and be able to teach them, be able to meet with them on an individual level, and be able to help them grow in their faith. And Paul too mentions a lot in his letters about small groups. One example is when he talks about never giving up meeting in a congregation. And I know a lot of times we think of it as meeting in this big church setting, having all the fancy lights and everything, but I think a lot of times it is too just meeting in small groups and being able to be vulnerable with each other and share our faith with each other. That's how a lot of the early churches were started, was just a small group of people in their houses sharing their faith. So the second question is why I want to be a life leader. And like I said, small groups have been a huge part of my faith, basically from when I became a Christian in elementary school and started going to Sunday school. I was part of the small groups there. And each year I would get a new small group leader, and usually it consisted of the same group of kids. And then we would go through kind of a curriculum learning about the Bible. And every small group I had, I learned an incredible amount about the Bible, especially from such a young age, which has hugely impacted my faith. And each small group I had has allowed me to be able to grow in my faith and grow in community and in fellowship, and it has been an incredible experience for me. And then going into high school, I switched to a different church where we still had a small group experience, but instead of it being led by a leader, it would be student-led. So we would meet in our small groups. Usually it'd be 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month we would meet, and then we'd have one large group. But through that, I was able to kind of take the lead on a lot of the small group events and be able to lead conversations, and that has been a huge part of my faith as well. And I learned a lot about what it means to lead in a small group level, and it has helped my faith tremendously, being able to see how the Lord has worked through other people's lives. And I think that becoming a life leader is the next step for me to take in my faith. So